So see students, as I said, uh, as I just started in the previous class, checkbox group. Again, I want to say, what is checkbox group is, they are nothing but the radio buttons, okay? Like what you have seen for this checkboxes, you can select all of them, but in checkbox group, you cannot select, you can select only one, okay? So what you have seen just now. So this is the checkbox. So you can select only one. Suppose I'm clicking on Android. So you can able to see the message which I have selected Android. Click on Solaris. Solaris only selected. macOS only macOS is selected. Okay. So that is what is the checkbox. So see here what is mentioned. It is possible to create a set of mutually exclusive checkboxes in which one and only one checkbox in the group can be checked at any time. Okay, so these checkboxes are often called as radio buttons. Why? Because they act like the station selector on a car radio. Only that means what? Only one station can be selected at any time. Okay, means only one button, only one option can be selected. So see here, students, just see here, observe. First of all, you have to declare the variables. You have to provide the references with the class name of checkbox only. And the next thing, checkbox group. But you observe in the initialization method, you are instantiating the object of checkbox group. And what to do is next instantiate line number 15, 16, 17, and 18, instantiate checkbox object only. But you see here the parameters of all these three and of all these four, 15, 16, 17, 18, you see the second parameter, it is the object of checkbox group. So when you write CBG, that is the object of checkbox group class, okay, with that you will able to see that this all are the radio buttons. Okay, and the rest of the thing is same thing as checkbox class only. Okay, after you add, after that you have to add, then register with the listeners, then provide the item state changed method. What will happen? What it will receive? It will receive anything whatever has been performed by this paint method. Okay, then see here, after this checkbox group, then choice controls, it is like pop-up list or drop down list only. Okay, let me show you the program. What is the name? Choice demo. So choice demo is over here. Okay, let me provide the line numbers. Students, wait for 1 minute. Okay, students, just observe here. This choice list program. Yeah, choice list only. It is like pop-up list. Let me run the program. Choice demo, because I've already compiled and I've seen the outputs also. See here. So there are two choice lists. If I click Windows, you just observe here. It is like a drop-down list. Again, you are able to see options. Windows is selected, so you can see the current operating system, Windows. If I click on Android, see, current operating system, Android. If I click on Mac OS, you will able to see here current operating system, Mac OS. If I click, see, Mac OS. Similarly, now there is one more pop-up list of the browser. I'm clicking, you see the drop-down list or pop-up list. Okay, three browsers are there. So Internet Explorer is all, by default it is selected, so it is, you are able to see the message. I'm clicking Firefox, you will able to see that message, Firefox. So this is what is a choice list, okay, known as pop-up list. So the choice class is used to create a pop-up list of items from which a user may choose whatever he wants. So thus a choice control is a form of a menu, like a menu. Okay, so remember this. What is a choice control means? It is a pop-up list of items. Okay, again, see here, when the user clicks on it, the whole list of choice pop up. Okay, like whole list of choices pop up, and a new selection can be made like that. You can see, and a new selection can be made. So each item in the list is a string that appears as a less justified label in the order it is added to the choice object. Like over here, see here, Windows, Android, Solaris, macOS, you are able to see. Over here, how they have been added in that order, it is getting displayed over here. That is the thing. Okay, similarly, over here also, in what order they have been added, in that order they are displayed in the pop-up list. So see students, same concept, but initial thing is, see, this class, that is pop-up list, belongs to the class choice. So you have to create objects of choice class. Okay, so how many? There are two references which are instantiated here, line number 13 and 14. Okay, and why two? Because you have got two pop-ups. So for the first pop-up, the object is OS. For the second, this is what for browser, no? So this is the second object of choice class. So please try to understand the coding. Then what to do? Same concept. You have to add inside the object of class choice. What you have to add? The labels. Similarly, for the another choice class, that is another pop-up list class, you are adding the three labels of operating system. Then after that, what you have to do? This is the code to add the inside thing, the inner thing. Then you have to add the the choice object classes. Okay, the reverse thing. Then after that is done, you have to register this pop-up list, that is two choice buttons with the listeners. Okay, you try to remember, add item listener there, and you just observe here, it is implementing item listener interface. Try to remember. The rest of the thing is same thing. Okay, and remember, the method which is used to get the state of the choice list or the menu from the pop-up list is get selected item here. Whereas in other classes, it was different. Okay, over here, you can see in the textbook, over here, what is that? For checkbox, it is get selected checkbox. Okay, but whereas over here in the choice control, it is get selected item, that is. I hope students you have understood. So you can determine which item is currently selected by calling get selected item or get selected index also. Over here we have used get selected item. Okay, both of them will give you the same thing. But in get selected item, it returns a string containing the name of the item, like that. What is the name over here? That is the thing it is written. Whereas get selected index returns the index of the item. Okay, for the first one it is 0. Means for the first one it will be 0, then 1, then 2, like that. Then after this, choice list, sorry, that only, choice list, that only, choice control pop-up list. This program I have explained. Then list. Okay, so now what to do is, again, what I'll do is, I will open the program first. Okay, this is the last thing. After that, scroll bars. Be patient, students. More 5 minutes I'll take. Please concentrate. List demo it is. List demo. Provide the line numbers. And execute directly as I have already compiled. List demo. See, so this is the list. So instead of pop-up list, directly you will able to see the list. Okay, so this is with the help of this class list. See here, students. Over here, it is list over here. Whereas in that, it was choice over here. So because of choice, you are able to get a drop-down list if you click. Suppose you don't want drop-down, you directly want the names, then go for the list class. Okay. And the rest of the thing is same thing, no difference. Okay. Okay, see here. So these are the constructors, but with a slight variation with the choice. Over here you see for the second constructor, in the second form, the value of number specifies the number of entries in the list that will always be visible. Like over here in the output, what you can see over here, there are 4 items which are displayed. Over here 3 are displayed. That is because of that value numbers, that is 4 over here. Here this is the constructor which is used in the program. So I'm trying to explain you what is the purpose of int numbers. Over here the number they have given 4. So for that thing you can able to see a maximum of 4 labels in that list. Okay, so I hope you have understood, students. And the another thing is, see here, select one. Select one means by default you are able to see Firefox is selected. So as I said in the choice class, you can have for this one you can get the item which is selected either by get selected item or get selected index. Selected item will give you the name, that is string. Here it will give you the index. So that is what is done over here in this program. Over here the index is provided, select. Okay, 0 1 2. So 1 is selected in that one, means Firefox is selected in the output. Okay, students, and the rest of the thing is same thing. It is similar to the choice class only. So practice this, students. And remember here the interface is add action listener. Okay, and the method for registration of the listeners is add action listener, and the method is action perform. And see here, get selected indexes are used. Over there in choice, you can select get selected item. Okay, here what is used, get selected index, means based upon the index value of these labels. Okay, it will provide you over here what is selected. Suppose you have selected Windows. Suppose Windows, I'm clicking Windows. Okay, so okay, whatever, just a second, let me execute this. See, suppose in this I selected Windows. What happened? Just a second. See, Solaris is selected. It was selected. It responded very slow. Solaris. So Solaris indexes over here what? Starting from 0, then Android for 1, then 2 for Solaris. So over here, it will be get selected index will be 2. So on 2, what is that? Solaris. So OS dot get selected index will be Solaris over here. That is 2. Okay, so IDX at 39th line will be IDX equal to 2. Okay, and according to that for loop, what it will do, you just trace out that get item index of 2, that is. So get item at over here, the method is get item at what? IDX of 2. So at second position, get item will get the name over here what you have specified, Solaris. So message MSG will be equal to Solaris. So in that way, you will able to see this message over here, Solaris. Okay, students. So this was the demonstration of this program. This control using list. Okay.